I fear my dad, they fear me, so
Oh, I see. Okay.
so all that goes on. So we're not always in the same room. Unfortunately, I mean, he was dyslexic, and so
Rajveer, when you were growing up, was Sir cool dad or strict dad?
Strict dad.
Oh, okay. Strict. Not even a second to think about it. What is up, internet? Today I am lucky enough to be joined by father-son duo Sunny Sir and Rajveer Deol. Thank you so much for being here, guys. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
I think we're doing great.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, this is no one ever asks me that. This is very nice of you. Thank you. Gadh was released in 2001.
That's right.
And like 22 years later, people are coming in such huge numbers. What would you why do you think it's such a massive success?
See, we can't give whys for anything, though we all assume we know what it is. I can only say it's a goodwill of the film, the part one, which they loved it so much, it was so deep in their heart, that, it was a kind of cinema which was watched that time by the family, with the children, and the music was so melodious, the music went on. I remember छोटे छोटे बच्चे मैं निकला गड्डी लेके, that time also they used to sing, school में perform करते थे सब जगह, it used to be that thing. So they all had grown up with kind of this kind of a thing, and then again, because of the digital world, people have younger lot have seen it over and over again. Parents have spoken so much about it because the parents had loved it. So I just think it's that goodwill, and when it part two came, and we stuck to the same scenario, we stuck to the same stories, taking the same family ahead, and didn't kind of go way today. It was basically from 47, 50 to 71, so it was in the same league and genre.
Speaking of family, when your entire family gets together, what do you guys usually do? What does quality Deol family time look like?
I think we all have our different ways, because we all live together, but हम सब अपने अलग अपने कामों में हैं. बच्चे लोग तो they were studying, they were doing other things, studying only and working on themselves. I was shooting around, my dad's doing something else, Bob's doing something, but we always together. Usually I remember जब हम लोगों ने अपने की थी या अपने YPD की थी, so that was, I thought, we were all together more than being at home more, because we're working together.
Right.
But it's great. I mean, we do have our holidays here and there, and then we basically, हमेशा लोग बोलते हैं आप लोग फिल्मों की डिस्कशन करते होंगे, आप ये करते होंगे, वो करते होंगे, nothing like that.
Yeah, I get asked a lot that. Yeah.
So we basically just like anything, and we just like to cherish the moments जहाँ पर भी जाओ, जिधर भी जाओ, and obviously, I fear my dad, they fear me, so
Oh, I see. Okay.
so all that goes on. So we're not always in the same room most of the time.
Well, then I wanted to ask you, let's rewind the clock, Rajveer. When you were growing up, was Sir cool dad or strict dad?
Strict dad.
Oh, okay. Strict. Not even a second to think about it.
He's become a cool dad now.
Now
he's become a cool dad. Yeah.
Okay,
he
so
was a
you were
strict dad.
scared?
Oh, I think there's no word to describe.
Wow, I see. And what about your friends? Would they because your dad was such a big star, how would your friends treat you? Would they tease you, or what did that look like?
They would not. We didn't even talk about it. They never made me feel like I was a star kid. None of my friends did. It was pretty normal. And also, I think I grew up in the 2000s and late 90s, and Dad was not really out there that much. Apart from Gadh, there was not much he was really out there. Yeah, they would crack the usual. When I meet people outside my group circles, that's when I would realize that how famous my family is.
Right. And how would that make you feel?
It puts you in a shell. Because I'm not a kid that's used to attention, so they really look at you, trying to understand your characteristics or your behavior, or really analyze you like the therapist or something. So it would really make a kid just go inside this shell and just hide. Yeah.
And sir, what about Rajveer? Like, was he a naughty or obedient child?
My children were, coming to Rajveer, he was not a naughty boy. He was a boy who was always full of life and he had his own way of handling his certain shortcomings of life, and I was very proud of him because the way he was tackling everything, from school to all different places, and then I think, unfortunately, I mean, he was dyslexic, and so obviously the issues used to be difficult in the school and here and there, you know how it is. But it was fortunate enough we knew what it was, and also we tackled it pretty well.
Right.
So obviously that's the time when I'm sure he had issues with the kids and all in the school here and there. You know, बच्चे जैसे होते हैं आजकल जिस तरह से करते हैं पहले भी I mean बच्चे तो बच्चे ही होते हैं and बच्चे have to handle that themselves because that's a growing up journey basically. So I've seen him a boy who's been always focused, determined, wanting to do what he wants to do, and he hasn't taken any shortcomings so seriously because it becomes a challenge for him, and which is what I'm very happy about because that's the way I look at life. You know, if there's an issue, tackle it and go ahead with it. Don't take it as, oh God, what am I supposed to do? No, understand it because there's a way of tackling anything in life basically.
Yeah.
So he has been a pretty hard-working boy, I can say. And
I was hoping for some juicy stories. This
juicy
is just
stories,
wholesome and so much love.
Juicy stories were basically with my elder son.
Get him on here.
I see.
Yeah, I saw all the consequences from that, and I just got
you learned
scared.
from that. Yeah,
scared.
okay.
I feel like the younger brother has the advantage. You see the elder one go through murky waters and
It's like
challenges,
even
and
me and my brother Bobby also, you know, I was a very different kind of a kid and he was in another way, you know. So basically I think the elder ones are the more adventurous.
Right.
You know?
Fair. Yeah.
No,
That's
I've
what
heard
it is.
I've heard people say the younger one is more naughty, but in my experience, it was the opposite.
So Rajveer, at what point did you know you wanted to be an actor?
I ask myself this every day. I was drawn to dad's roles, and I play a lot of video games. So I grew up through a lot of video game narrative stories. So that really, Metal Gear Solid, and also I could really get into stories and characters, and seeing cartoons, seeing Dragon Ball Z and all, just made me in this imaginative mind as a kid.
Right.
I was always in my own mind. So I think through that I got an interest in the creative field. And then I did theatre in school, and after that I did a lot of workshops, and I went abroad and did workshops there. So people ask me, what's that moment you went to your dad and broke the news, like, Dad, I won't be an actor. And I never had a moment like that. Because I think he already saw that my son was, there was a hint of interest, and he saw I was a bit stubborn about it also. When people would say, you can't do it, no way you can do it. He would see the stubbornness in me would motivate me even more to pursue this line. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still gaming though?
Yeah.
What are we gaming right now?
Right now I've not got much time, and I'm so frustrated because I thought a lot of good games have come out. There's a game called Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
It's a D&D. It's a proper dungeon and geek. I'm a big geek.
Oh, I see. Okay. Do you ever join him in his escapades?
I don't know anything about all these games. I used to basically, we were the guys who were more outdoor guys. We used to play all our games outside. I've never played anything in front of the television. Even now, I don't watch much of all these things. I mean, either you are or you aren't.
Right, yeah, fair enough. What about PUBG? Do you ever...
I played that on the mobile a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you reach? What's your rank? Are you an ace player?
No, the only rank game I really played with a couple of friends was Apex Predator. I reached Diamond there.
I see.
And then it was very frustrating playing with the friends because it would just... The chat would just be of...
Toxic.
Chal guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Because it got so sweaty and so hard that I just stopped playing those battle royale games.
Fair enough. But I would like to take this second to flex. You are talking to a conqueror PUBG player.
Oh yeah. Oh, God,
just wanted to put that out there.
I preferred arena shooters. Like I was a big Halo fan. That was when I grew up, was Halo.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, like, what type of sports were you playing, maybe growing up?
I've grown up from because my dad had come into Bombay, and I had also maybe 2 years or so when I had come into the city, and we used to live in a flat. I've seen all the process of how my dad we have gone through the whole process, and so I was more with the buildings and societies and running around.
Football, perhaps?
And then I used to play every game. I mean, in the school, I was in all my teams, every team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a sports guy. I always wanted to be a sportsman, then I was very fond of cars. I wanted to be a race driver. So those were my dreams initially when I was small. But again, then we were in such a kind of a family where there was a lot of restrictions from doing what to do, especially that time. Now it's different. That time it was like that. So, but I used to play lots of football. I was not a cricket guy. No, I was more of into games which are most tiring and challenging, and 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you're done with, and you're on top of it.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of games I used to play, and I was a 110 meters hurdle runner also. Then I was javelin thrower, shot put, and then I used to play badminton. So I used to play table tennis for this team, and I used to do everything. I don't know, I was gifted with sports, so that's how I've taken my life also, just like a sports, You win, you lose, you win, you lose, and you're moving ahead and understanding, and that's how I take everything.
What do you feel like your best sport is, though?
My best used to be football. And then after that it was squash. I remember I used to shoot, and I was to carry a kit with me. Lunch break, I would find anywhere there's a squash court, I would go and play. I've played the Western Open Maharashtra. I've not been coached or trained or anything. I was just
I see.
Person who wanted to play. And
so who do you support in FIFA?
I'm not that much of a watcher. What I watch off late is mostly tennis. I'm a great fan of Federer. To me, he's one of the best sportsmen.
Yeah.
And a great guy.
Were you sad when he
I cried.
Retired?
I cried.
Yeah.
I remember I was at the airport, and I was taking a flight, I don't know where, and I was watching it on my phone, and I was like, they were crying and I was crying. It was the Liver Cup. It was beautiful. I was a great fan of his.
Okay. Rajveer, coming from a family with so many icons, do you feel any pressure to sort of carry on that legacy in a sense?
I mean, your personal interests and the expectation of carrying the legacy does have a conflict. You have to be a certain way, you got to behave a certain way, and people expect you to do certain movies to follow your father's footsteps. So many interviews I've done have asked me, how come you haven't come in an action movie? Or how come you're not doing it like this or like that? I have my own genuine, first of all, I'm a fan of cinema. I will always be a student of cinema and acting till I die. And that's what attracted me more than I would say my family's legacy. I respect my family's legacy. I'm very, very grateful. I was born in this family. But you just have to, and there's moments I remember when I used to hang out with friends, and I would hang out with a certain group of people purposely. I think subconsciously it was a defense mechanism that did not care about Bollywood, because I felt like the legacy pressure would not come on me how I had to behave. I could feel like I could be Rajveer. That's why when I could relate why dad went abroad to do theatre. Even I went abroad to do acting course there, and it was so liberating to just feel like no one gave a damn about who you are, where you from, and people actually looking at me like just like a normal kid. It was one of my favorite experiences in my life.
Yeah, that's how I live every day.
But that's what life is all about.
I guess the grass is always greener.
Being an actor, then your film gets successful, so you become a star. But basically what we love and what I like about my kids is they're more interested in being a good actor, more into the craft of it, and then obviously your profession takes you wherever it has to take you, but that's what you have to basically enjoy. And then again, to be normal, that's when I move away into the mountains, or I'll go away I used to go a lot abroad earlier on, but because at that time our people were not going much abroad years back. Now we're all over the world. So it's so difficult to go somewhere where you can sit down. I can hide and I can do something. No, but then there'll be some video camera somewhere. I mean, telephone, anywhere or something. So you're all the time kind of being watched and watched and watched. So it just gets very tiring. So I'm sure you wouldn't want that.
Right. Sure.
As I said, the grass is always greener. That's human nature.
So then I can't imagine do you spend a lot of time on your phone scrolling?
No. I'm not.
So what do you really do?
I'm so blessed that I'm an actor, because that's what I love and that's what I can only think of myself being, because you get to do so many things, so many characters to come across with, and I'm fond of music. I listen to a lot of music, all kind of music. I don't have anything very favorite.
Right.
I don't like classical much because I've not been able to understand it. Maybe when I understand it, maybe I'll be able to appreciate it. But otherwise, I love all kind of music, and and I'm very much into creative side, so I would like to work on subjects and work on any characters or something. And then I'm fond of sports, so I play a lot. I work out, and because of COVID, things became a little difficult. Otherwise, I would go to a couple of clubs and play squash and badminton. I would keep doing that a lot. And then I like going to the mountains. I love mountains. I love Himachal. So Devo ki bhumi, once you go there, you really start understanding why it is. I don't mean a particular point, not like Manali, but the whole scenario. And I go there, and I think that's the best place. I think I can only imagine my older days, when I get old, be somewhere around over there in the mountains somewhere, because it's so peaceful.
Beautiful. Why don't you pick up lawn tennis? Lawn tennis. Why don't you pick that up?
You see, for lawn tennis, I mean, I can play that game also. I played it when I was younger. But squash is easy. You get a marker, you can play. Badminton, you can play. For tennis, you need to have people running around to get the ball. You have to run here and there, everywhere.
Fair enough.
Unless and until you have loads of people who can pass the ball back to you.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Raj? You're into sports that much?
I play a lot of basketball. I played state basketball. I'm a big fan of the NBA.
Wow.
My team recently won also this championship.
Yeah?
Yeah, Denver Nuggets. I've been supporting them since 2007 when I followed NBA. Yeah.
You like Steph Curry?
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
I'd never had a favorite player because I love the sport, and each player is so unique the way they approach the game and play. So when people say, I stopped watching after Jordan, or I stopped watching after Kobe, now I'll stop watching after LeBron. Like, you can't love a sport because each player has such a unique rhythm to how they play.
Yeah.
The way they react, and it's just, for me, it's a blessing to play that sport and watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so now I want to come back to the movie. I want to talk about love. Okay. Tara Singh crosses borders, goes all the way to Pakistan, despite everything, to save his son. That's a big gesture, in the name of love. Do you think this generation would ever do something like that?
I mean, even it's nothing to do with the generation. It is basically the same feel every human being has, no matter which generation they come from. Even 100 years later, it'll be the same feeling. It's a feeling, it's an emotion which is there, which is always which is what we are basically. Cinema is somewhere where when we go to watch cinema, is because we want to see something which is not possible, but we want it to happen. We have the same drive, but we don't have the thing to do it. But we want it to be done,
Right.
So otherwise, the whole world would be running around and doing so many things happening, which it's not possible. But we want it to be like that. Why? Because whenever there's anything injustice or anything going against something, you want somebody, and you're victim over there, you want somebody to, you want yourself to get up and fight that thing out.
Yeah.
So that's what it is all about, and that's what I would say every generation is going to have the same feeling. We all have the same feeling, even if somebody says something about whomever you love, basically. Either if you're very close-knitted, you'll get upset, somebody says something about anything about against your family or somebody, something, or if it's your girlfriend, or if it's your wife, or if it's your brother or sister. These are the emotions which are so deep-rooted into the human DNA,
right,
which is never going to change.
Interesting. Okay. Rajveer, your debut film, Dono, that's a new age love story.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any difference in how love stories were made back in the 80s and now, perhaps?
Definitely. When I first heard the script from Avnish, I was taken back about the theme he chose, which is closure. And even the main character, Dev, I actually saw him as a little bit as the anti-hero. He was not your loud hero that's going to beat his way to the love, to win the love of his life. He was a person to accept his shortcomings and actually evolve as a human being. That you can educate me, but I don't think I've ever saw a topic like that ever touched. And that really, really made me relate to the character a lot. My own insecurities, my own shortcomings. I could feel like this was an actual human being, and but it's still a commercial Rajshri movie, but he's just evolutioned it to the modern age. He gave it that modern touch to that whole Rajshri formula.
Right.
I think what he's talking about basically is that, the love which we have seen earlier on in the cinema, which we have done earlier on, and as the time goes by, that time the world and the life was very simple.
Right.
The awareness of, there was no Google, no awareness of what is happening around. Nobody even knew what is happening 100 kilometers from here. So the awareness was only that much. So so that meant the people were, the emotions were off, so simpler there.
Right.
So obviously we all have evolved, everyone in every field, every kind of, even you're talking about games and gaming and everything. I've not seen, but whenever I see, they're so real. But they're all going through the escape route.
Yeah.
You know, it's being in a, that's what it is. And from love point of view, what is interesting, because I've seen the film, I know, I've heard the subject, is the way Avnish has tackled, and the subject it is about romance only, it is about love. But right now, he's taken up the love from a point where there are different youngsters of different field, and they all have been messed up in somewhere down the line, and on a wedding of some particular person who's connected either from the family side or from the, as a friend to friend they are, and they all are over there, and that's where they all get to discover, or they get to know things, and where the closure kind of a thing starts happening.
Right.
You know, so it's so interesting because it's about the youth. You know, it's today's youth, mostly in the cities and upper cities. I would say I do not know much about. In the smaller towns around over there, I don't know much about it, but obviously the feeling is the same, you know. And so I think it's really interesting, and I love the film.
I think the most simplified, we always liked a girl and never liked us back. And we make small changes.
Story of my life,
I feel you, man. We make small changes. We might, get a new hairstyle. We might change our fashion. We might try to follow a trend where we think we might catch her eye, and sometimes that never happens. And we just don't have that courage to, confess sometimes, because we're so scared of that rejection. We're so scared of that reality.
Right.
But I feel like once you go through it, there's a sense of, yes, there's a sense of defeat, but after that defeat, there's a sense of liberation of you finally getting the truth. And the main thing is, it's fine. There's always more fish in the ocean. The main thing is to be comfortable in your skin. And that's the character's journey who I portray in this movie. It's just accepting who he is.
And these are the kind of what he's talking about. This has been happening over donkey's years. It's the same thing. The guy wants to say something, can't say it. He likes something, he doesn't want to say it.
Right.
I mean, now you got more means of either SMSing or something or the other. And there's so many other places. That time earlier on, even if you had to look at a girl, you would be like this, and if you looked and you would be down like that, you would be so, and still try to be anything. Or you would write a letter over there because there was no SMSs or any way of saying anything.
Right.
Or you would send your friend somewhere to go and do things, So the desire and intentions were the same then and now. Nothing has changed. It's just the format has changed.
But do you think that maybe because now we have dating apps, right? So we have thousands of pictures, and it's like, oh my God, he has freckles. I don't want him. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that's putting us on a maybe wrong path, perhaps?
I guess there's so much. As a weird comparison, like Netflix. How many times you sat with your friends and you just saw 20 minutes of a movie and you moved on to the next movie?
Yeah.
There's so much
of you to assume I have friends.
But you know what I mean? If you sit alone also, 10 minutes into the movie and you'll change it.
That's true.
Before, you had proper, channels, and you didn't know what movie was going to come on next. But you'd still watch it. You'd still give it the full course of understanding it. Same here, we have so much option now. Every 5 minutes, this thing in our hand wants to distract us.
Correct,
and then sell that information to bigger companies. So I guess everything's moving fast. That's why you have shorter reels. You tend to, because our attention span is just decreasing. And people are just not ready to commit to the choices right away. They'll just switch and they'll choose something else because they get distracted really easily.
And I feel people are getting, people want to be influenced. People are forgetting their own taste.
Right.
कितनी चीज़ें आप ले रहे हो not because you actually like it or love it, just because it is to be part of the scenario or because it is said so. Even let it be anything, what you buy, what you eat, what you watch, what you talk, whom you meet, where you are. It has all been kind of a thing which has been, there's some kind of something which is managing you all the time.
True.
And blessed are the people who don't fall trapped to that.
Yeah.
But then, there's very few of them.
Very few, yeah. Why do I feel like you are in love currently?
I'm not. I'm loved with my work.
No?
Not at all.
Is anything happening with...
No.
Nothing?
It's just my career started. And I think another thing why people can't commit, because we all of us are so ambitious. And our lines and our work and all,
Right.
you got to commit to one or the other. It's hard to keep a balance. And I want to create my own path, so I just ignore that side.
Okay.
If that's healthy or not healthy, that's for me to figure out 5 years later.
Okay.
I don't think people are so impulsive nowadays.
Okay. In what sense?
I mean, okay, this is my career, I have to do this. Impulsive would be, hell with it, man. I desire to do that right now.
Ah, okay. Got it. Right.
Forget that, doesn't matter. No, that will happen, this will happen, that will happen, who cares?
I guess we ignore those impulses now, because we think that's the right thing to do, I guess.
I know.
Perhaps, yeah.
But I've never been that kind of a person. I'm very impulsive.
Speaking of Netflix, we are in the time of a lot of OTT platforms and OTT content. Would you guys be interested in doing like a web series perhaps?
Yeah, why not?
Definitely.
Why not? But you see, because I've been watching these web series and I've been watching all the television things over the years, because it's becoming so available over here. I've been watching it for over the long period of time, and it is becoming a great thing in India, and I think it's very good because it's opening out the doors to so many youngsters who are creative in all different kinds of fields, from camera to director to actors to all the other technicians. So I think it's a great thing which is opened out over there for people who are wanting to get into this profession. And but the only thing what I feel right now is when I watch anything over here and there, our content is not so strong.
I see.
Somehow we are putting content what we have seen there and we're just putting it across over here. It's very important that we start to, I really wish, we have writers who would go deep into, because the country has got loads of history and loads of cultures and loads of things we have in ourselves. Mm-hmm. And if somebody could deep-rootedly pick up those things and start, making a series out of it, discovering the characters, making a full thing, and it would be so beautiful, because we used to do that earlier on with the films and all also, but of late it's not there. But that would be nice, really, because when you watch any of those TV series abroad, they're reflecting what is happening around with them.
Right. Okay.
I think TVF does a good job. Small now. They used to be a YouTube company. Now they've gone to, and they have the regional work is very good. I suggest Panchayat.
Much better.
That's a very good show.
Right.
It's hilarious. It's really good.
So it's good. Maybe I haven't watched it.
No, I'll drop my back. I have to give a shout out to them.
That's a big shout out actually. Yeah, it's good for them.
Cast me in something, please. I'm a big fan.
I had one question about Dharamji. He is so active on Instagram. You love to see it. He's posting videos of him swimming. What's it like, to see your father and grandfather just love what he's doing and be so active on the internet? I'm
so happy because he's celebrated. I mean, he's enjoying every moment and he's putting it across. And he is a person who is so, bachche se leke old man, everybody is so connected with him because he somehow relates to all of them. And that's the beauty about my dad. And that's what he's doing now. He's interacting with, he's not bothered about who or where, what it is. He's interacting with the people. He'll sit down and सबको जवाब भी देंगे और किसी को wish करना वो भी करेंगे. He is and he's enjoying it. He's loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We are now going to play a fun little game. Okay, we're going to play Who's More Likely To.
Okay.
Yeah. We know how that works, yes guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to give some phrases.
I don't know, so you're the one who knows.
So, for example, we'll start.
Yeah. I know, maybe I'll be like, who's more likely to wake up late? So then you just say whoever.
That's me for sure.
Okay. All right, internet. Who's more likely to? The old family edition. Who's more likely to steal the spotlight at a family gathering?
That for sure.
Okay.
Just your energy, just everyone will look at you. Just you don't have to do much. I feel
Cool.
And I'm very quiet. I don't think I'm the one.
Who's more likely to win a dance competition? A dance-off competition?
Not me.
Yeah,
I mean, you're talking about
it's the lesser evil, as you say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's more likely to binge watch Netflix all weekend?
Not me.
If I like something, then probably I'll binge watch. Yeah.
Who's more likely to prank people on sets?
Again, towards me, I would not prank, but I would just joke around a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I at times get very serious when I'm on my sets.
Yes,
or maybe
that's
over the
too
period of
serious.
time now, because being the elder over there, the senior lot, so, you never realize you suddenly become senior.
Yes, it's a gradual
So, it
thing.
becomes difficult to do things.
Okay. Who's more likely to drop their phone?
I have broken my phone. I mean, if you look at my phone right now,
Yeah, I think he's the guy.
answer is obvious.
Not
It's an
a
obvious
couple of times,
answer.
not once.
Yeah, it's an obvious answer.
And then he'll stick it with a tape and he'll be all the time carrying it. I said, why do you have to do that?
Jugaad.
Just get another one.
I'm so adaptable though.
Who's more likely to forget birthdays?
I think
Not me.
not me also, because we have a family group
Yeah,
and
but
we updated fast.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
now, thanks to the technology.
Yeah.
Even if you want to forget, it reminds you.
You can't. Yeah. Who's more likely to order takeout even though there's food already at home?
I don't know, actually, it's a tough one. I eat the same thing every day.
It all depends on the desire. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to eat this at what's cooked at home.
Okay.
So,
I'm the
you do
boringest
that.
eater. I eat the same thing every day.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you eat every day?
Salad, chicken, and dahi. Yeah, I know people like, I'm not a big foodie.
No way to live.
I know, I get this from a lot of people.
Okay.
Yes.
Who's more likely to sleep through a hurricane?
Not me.
Not me either.
I'm
Yeah.
a very light sleeper.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't going how I thought it
Yeah.
would go. Who's more likely to put daily selfies on Instagram?
Daily selfies.
This is definitely
That's
not
not
me.
us also.
Yeah.
Neither. Okay. You know what, guys? Now we have the last question. This is the one. Who is more likely to empty their wallets right now and give everything to the host? Oh, that's wow. Wow. I don't know.
I mean, the answer
my
you're
team-
looking for, the
my
answer
team
you're
wrote
looking
this.
for is here. The answer you're looking for is here. I have
Okay.
nothing, I just have cards in my wallet.
I'll take that. Okay, so that brings us to an end to
Okay.
who's more likely to. Before I let you guys go, though, there is one last segment that we do in all our interviews. Okay, it is called OK Boomer, where we quiz our guests on Gen Z slang.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to say a word, and you are going to tell me what it means.
Okay.
We'll start easy. YOLO.
You only live once.
You sir didn't know that. did you? You know
I
what?
don't think Dad listens to
So
Drake.
you know what we're gonna do? First, I'll ask sir, and if he does, and then we'll pass it to you.
Okay.
Sir, what does red flag mean? Give a guess if you don't.
I mean, red flag would be, okay, I give up. Or a red flag would be for that. What would it be for?
It's something around the area. It's something there. It's
I
a
don't want
sign
to do
of
it.
something.
I don't want to.
He gave a guess. It is
Yeah.
sadly incorrect. Do you wanna?
Red flag means you should avoid that person at all time. It's like
Yeah.
a no. That's a
It's
red
a toxic trait.
Yeah,
if you have a
yeah,
toxic trait, it's like, oh, that's
flag.
a
Yeah,
red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What does ghosting mean?
Ghosting. Which means following someone. Am I right?
That's the complete opposite.
Oh.
No.
Or ghosting the person. They say, no,
It's like
ghosting.
you become a
ghost
ghost. You don't exist. In
Oh,
their
ghosting
life.
means.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't exist.
You ignore the person.
You would ignore
yeah.
someone.
Ah.
I'm ghosting him. Yeah. That's
कितना कुछ सीखना पड़ेगा.
There's more new slang
And then
also.
again-
People
and
ask
then
me
again
like
after 2
situationship
years
and
something
all.
new
I'm
will
like,
come
what the
out.
hell is that?
Yeah. What is glow up?
Glow up means you're looking great today.
It's a
You're
track,
looking-
right? Anderson Park.
Hmm?
There's a track also from Anderson Park called Glowed Up. Is it when you age gracefully?
Yeah.
Glowing up
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's the song. Yeah, okay. That's what it means.
Yeah. That's what that means. Riz.
किसी ने एक दफा पूछा था Riz.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Think, sir. I want you
No,
to
that
dig
is
deep,
Riz.
sir. Get this right.
It's Riz.
Come on.
What was it? No,
I'm
I give
asking
up.
you.
I give up.
What is it? 3 seconds.
I don't know what
sir.
Riz.
Is that like your swag when you
Your
flirt
swag,
with someone
swag.
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swag,
It's
swag.
charisma.
Your charisma.
So it's just when
Okay,
you
yeah.
when you can flirt really well, that he has Riz.
Riz.
That's what you would say.
Okay.
And our last one, it's lit.
It's lit.
Why would someone say it's lit?
How would someone say it's lit? Because the person is lit.
Hmm.
Or he lights up the room.
Okay.
It's like close.
You're not that
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
For it. It's happening.
Yeah, sure.
It's really happening. That spot is popping.
Yeah.
That spot is lit.
Yeah.
It's a
So
happening
then what
place.
is it? I already said it all.
You did.
Yeah, fair enough. You know
did,
what?
you did.
Yes, sir has got it right. I'll definitely cut this out of the edit. I don't want, yeah. But that brings us to an end to our OK Boomer and to our interview. I had a lovely time. Thank
Me
you
too.
so much for
Thank you so much.
talking to me. Is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Nothing. Just be good people. That's it. What else can I say?
Well said, well
Do
said.
your best.
Yep, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.